I'm Artist Unknown, and you're watching LUR Media Outlet. Ooh. Alright, so I'm originally from Wichita, Kansas. That's where I was born and raised. That's where my family's been most of my life. But just recently fixing to move to Los Angeles. So from Kansas, but coming out of California. That's a good question. Basically, I've been making music forever. Like, I try not to limit myself to one genre or like one style of music like a lot of the artists do recently. I really just try to make music I like, honestly, like music I want to listen to. If I can bump it in the car, like cruising down the road or smoking or whatever, like that's good enough for me. Like if it sounds good and makes me feel good, then it can make other people feel good. So I think it's really important to have your different traits to your personality that other people don't have. But then again, like everybody's really doing the same thing. Like the community nowadays is very oversaturated with content. So obviously you gotta have something that makes you shine out of the bunch, but it's not always gonna be something that's completely different than what somebody else is doing. You know what I mean? Hopefully that makes sense. Myself. And I mean, like me saying that, there's other people like me. So other people like me, I mean, if you've ever honestly, I make music for everybody. Obviously not everybody's gonna hear and like my music, but the people that I make it for are gonna listen to it and it's gonna hit them in a certain spot or touch them in a certain way. So like, you know, if you know, it's one of those situations. Like there's not one particular person, it's everybody, just, you know, certain people throughout the bunch that pick it up. I get inspiration from a lot of people. A lot of my friends, like Mr. Drew over here, my friend Blaine, or like other people doing similar things that I am, or like, you know, bigger artists, people that I listen to. Like I listen to a lot of the underground scene. Growing up, I listened to a lot of Bones and like Xavier, Eddie Baker, Chris Travis, all those people. And then Peep came out and I listened to him forever. And obviously, rest in peace. Very early on, like I remember middle school, I was bumping Mac Miller, Blue Slide Park, that album. You know, rest in peace him. We lost a lot of legends this past year, so, you know, it's really everybody. You know, I hear something, and hearing other people create music makes me want to create my own style or my own form of music. So it's just anything and everything, and that's how it's got to be if you want to be an artist, honestly. Keep going, like don't give up. Like, life's hard, man. You know, a lot of shit happens. You can be in a spot where you think you're on top of the world, the next day have nothing. So the only thing that you can hold on to and keep on to is your art and what you create and what you put out into the universe. So like, don't ever stop being creative. Don't ever stop putting energy out there, because you get back what you return. And if you don't put anything out, you're not going to receive anything back. And that's what leads people to these holes that they just keep digging themselves. And I've been there too, like everybody has. It's a human trait. It's basically nature at this point. So, you know, just don't stop, don't give up. Everything will work itself out eventually, and you'll be sitting there laughing about the position you're in now, and it'll feel like no time. My end goal with life is probably successfulness, but successfulness to me is happiness. So like, if I can be content with my situation and content with my life and how it's going and where it's going, then I think I will have accomplished anything I wanted to. Favorite song I've made is probably on this upcoming album, and it's called Wings. That's just because, not because it's the title track of the album, hint, but because that song I got from a friend of mine, his name's Kendrick. The beat I got from a friend of mine, his name's Kendrick, and he's a fire producer. Like he's done several tracks with several people, but just who he is, like he's a great person. Like I love his energy. So he sent me that beat, and I went on it, and it's a lot different from everything else on the album, but I think that's what makes it stand out. But yeah, it's not because it's the title track or anything. It's just because it's a good song. It's different from everything else. Kendrick's a really dope guy. I love finally getting to work with him, and I'm gonna work with him a lot more in the future. And you know, I felt like I built a bridge with that song, and that bridge is gonna take me a lot of places. So, and that was also the first song I made for the album. Most influenced by, probably my mom's, honestly. My mom's been through a lot of shit, bro. My dad dipped when I was 6. I've had a pretty rough life. We didn't really have a lot, and somehow she just pushes on. Like, she's got her problems, everybody's got their problems, you know, but she just continues to push on and live life, and I don't know how she does it. So, shout out moms. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. No cap, no comment. Don't at me. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. If you're not eating that, you're not eating cereal. That or Frosted Flakes with sugar on it, because that makes the milk taste fire. Those are the only 2 options you got. Yes, I do have an album, my debut album coming out. I put this project together myself. A lot of my friends produced it. You know, I put a lot of hard work into it, and I honestly made it throughout the past couple of months. So the sounds are different, but it's very similar. It all ties together. It comes out March 16th, 316. Shout out to Dub. March 16th is when it drops. It's gonna be called Wings. There's gonna be 12 tracks on it. Only 1 feature from this guy I know named Squeegee. He's pretty cool. He's pretty fire. He killed that shit. So March 16th, be on the lookout. There's also gonna be a music video for every song, and that's gonna drop before the album even drops. So, you know, artist unknown on everything. artst unkwn. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Just look me up and stay on the lookout, because when March comes around, we taking over. Dead or alive? Probably, like, since you said Dead or Alive, I gotta put Mac and X in there, just because they were so influential and just how the culture like sprung. And I've listened to both their music like during their upcoming and like before their upcoming, so like I feel like I know them on a personal level, even though I don't. And I've always looked forward to meeting them. Unfortunately, that's not an option anymore. But I know, you know, wherever I go after I die, they'll be sitting there waiting for me. So if I could make a song with them, I'd be set. But alive, honestly, probably Bones, just because Bones is that guy. Like, everybody knows Bones is that dude. Or Tracy, Lil Tracy. I got a lot of love for that man. Favorite season?
Any season.
I hate summer, honestly. Spring is just like this weird in-between stage that we don't even have anymore. And like, fall is cool because all the trees change colors. Like, I was born in the fall. But honestly, winter. I feel like winter's pretty quiet. Everyone keeps to themselves. It gets cold, so not a lot of people are happy. But like, that's where I feel like I'm most creative and most on my shit. That's where I feel like I'm more in touch with myself, is the winter. Be yourself, I guess. I mean, that's kind of contradicting, just because my name's Artist Unknown, and honestly, when I started making music, I didn't tell anybody locally about it. I keep to myself. I pretty much promoted everything online. I do everything myself. Like, I didn't tell anybody here just because of the past I've had with making music in locals. So that's kind of contradicting for me to say be yourself, but in a sense of fuck what everybody else says. You know what I mean? Like, why would you sit there and let what somebody else's opinion affect how you live your life? Because in a broad span, like, people come and go. Nobody's gonna stay there forever. Honestly, just do what you want to do, get where you want to go, and you'll be good. Honestly, let's shout out Drew for what he does for everybody. Shout out my boy Ethan, Hunter, Colton, all them, Dakota. Those are my brothers forever. Yeah, shout out Tavon, shout out Damien. They're all doing their own thing, you know. Tavon's my brother for real. Shout out everybody who makes music, everybody who does content, people that keep the community going. Because, I mean, without people like us, there would be no community. So, shout out everybody. Yeah, thanks for having me. You already know. That was crazy. Finna show y'all how we do this for the one time. I've never done this shit before, so we'll see how it goes. Hit
Hitting my blunt on a cadence. You got a crit cause they paid it. And you got a bitch and she bad but she faking. Supporting myself with this money I'm making. No well-paying job is my daily frustration. I pull myself out the loop. Used to put sand in my shoes. Now when I stand next to you, yeah, I'm taller. Ayy, Fonda, ayy, 45 racks, I'm a baller. Y'all don't put a check on your caller. I done get a check to my mama. Call her, yeah. I don't really play none. Waiting till my day come, posing with a handgun. People plotting, making sure the homie keep his thing tucked. I'ma keep it real, nah, I ain't never bang none. Y'all been acting hard for the camera, hard for the camera. Keep my heart with my hammer, hard with my hammer. Put part in my slander. I ain't really got manners. They been calling Superman, and I feel like I'm Banner. And I feel like I'm Banner. I ain't never had shit. Cruising in a crash whip. Company I'm lacking, yeah, I got a check, but I'm still gon' cash it. Keep my bank account only at a fraction. Moving with a passion, preaching for the past tense. Plotting, make the action, pissing off the has-been. Steady making bangers, yeah, the gang won't tap in. Try to wake 'em up and everybody started laughing. I've been way too hard at this shit. I might depart in this bitch. I got my start, got a kick. Music defining my tick. I get my money, no cap. You bitches act like some kids. I break it off with the pack. Pain goes away when it's lit. And y'all been acting hard for the camera, hard for the camera. Keep my heart with my hammer, hard with my hammer. Put part in my slander. I ain't really got manners. They been calling Superman, and I feel like I'm Banner. And I feel like I'm Banner.